Hi, in this video I will interpret the Moses Surah related to Moses' story with someone who can predict the future. And let's start reading the story again. And you can check the previous videos. I have also mentioned about the story. Moses said to his servant, I will not rest until I reach the point where the two rivers meet, no matter how long it takes. When they reached the point where they met, they forgot their fish, and it found its way back to river sneakily. After that, they passed that point, he said to his servant, let us have lunch. And all this traveling has thoroughly exhausted us. He said, remember when we sat by the rock back there? I paid no attention to the fish. It was the devil who made me forget it, and found its way back to the river strangely. Moses said that was the place we were looking for. They traced their steps back. They found one of our servants, whom we blessed with mercy, and bestowed upon him from our knowledge. Moses said to him, can I follow you that you may teach me some of the knowledge and the guidance bestowed upon you? So his thing is to predict what will happen in the future. So he said, you cannot stand to be with me. How can you stand that which you do not comprehend? He said, you will find me, God willing, patient. I will not disobey any command you give me. So he promised here. He said, if you follow me, then you shall not ask me about anything unless I choose to tell you about. So it's important unless I choose to tell you about, because this is actually not a short journey, so they cannot just stay silent. So they went. When they boarded a ship, he bored a hole in it. He said, did you bore a hole in it to drown its people? You have committed something terrible. He said, did I not say that you cannot stand to be with me? He said, I'm sorry. Do not punish me for my forgetfulness. Do not be too harsh with me. So the forgetfulness was mentioned previously in this story. It was the devil who made him forget. So it's interesting. So he feels this is very strange. So he just doesn't like it. So and here we see that he hurted the ship instead of fixing. So they went. When they met a young boy, he killed him. They said, why did you kill such an innocent soul? Who didn't kill another soul? You have committed something horrendous. So this is instead of fixing, he actually killed him, the kid. So something that you take it normally negative. He said, did I not tell you that you cannot stand to be with me? He said, if I ask you about anything else, then do not keep me with you. You have seen enough apologies from me. So here, maybe we see that after this, they will have the last thing. And then, so first, he is doing, his actions have much more impact. And it will really end their relationship. You have seen enough apologies. So this is the last journey they will go. They will experience. So they went. When they reached a certain company, they asked the people for food. So, but they refused to host them. So this is asking for food is suitable, consistent with the story, because they need the food. They don't have food. We see that they need fish or something. So, but they refused to host them. They said, like, you cannot stay here. And soon they found a wall about to collapse and fixed it. He fixed it. He said, you could have demanded a wage for this. He said, and also the interesting thing is he doesn't demand any wage for this. and he's doing things for God, and so it's important to so maybe it's a part of his praying, and God knows better, God interprets better. He said, now we have part company as they predicted. So he said, this is the last thing to do, you remember. You have seen enough apologies from me. So he really can't stand it. He said, and then he couldn't make an explanation before this. He said, no, now we have to part company, but I will explain to you everything you couldn't stand. As for the ship, it belonged to poor fishermen, and I wanted to render it defective. There was a king coming after them, who was confiscating every ship, forcibly. As for the boy, his parents were good believers, and he was going to burden them with transgression and disbelief. We will that your Lord substitute in his place another son, one who is better in righteousness and kindness. As for the wall, it belonged to. So this is always about affecting their life, innocent people's life better. And this story is first related to ship, and the second story is related to the killing person, and they all actually almost related to life and death experience, except the last one. As for the wall, it belonged to two orphan boys in the city. Under it there was a treasure that belonged to them, because their father was a righteous man. Your Lord wanted them to grow up and attain full strength, then extract their treasure. Such is mercy from your Lord. I did none of that of my own volition. This is the explanation of the things you couldn't stand. So here, another thing is that, so the wall is probably the sign of the treasure. So the dad did it that way, and so that's why it is important. So once they fixed it, they actually fixed the tips to where to find the treasure. So because if the wall is not there, then it might be a problem. And so it shows that how God is actually helping good people. So here we see that the first one was a good people, so God helped, and second one didn't help, and third one helped. So it's like God somehow arranged their consequences of the acts, and then for good people just give mercy and according to the God's law, and God is like so this is like somehow helping people that way, and by using him like sort of an angel. But when we do good things, we do it intentionally, like donating or other things. So that's my interpretation. Thanks for watching this video, and hope to see you in the next video.